What's up, YouTube? Just doing a little something different today. I'm actually, as you can see, I'm in the car and I am moving places. I'm gonna check out a couple of spots for some Raptors. Not the Toronto Raptors basketball team, but Raptors as in birds of prey, as in some wildlife, you know, get some action shots, hopefully. Can't promise that there will be anything out there, but that's the plan for today. What I've got with me is the HD DA 55-300 PLM lens, just because it is Canada, there's a lot of snow on the ground, it is cold. I'm not sure how long I want to be walking, you know, with my hands, even though I do have gloves. You know, it's just holding metal, you know, with the 150-450, you know, basically not really being able to keep my hands as warm as possible. I don't know how long I want to be doing that. So I did bring the 55-300 PLM, and I did bring the 150-450 and my tripod and the gimbal. But I'll just see how things pan out, you know, because the 55-300 PLM is still a really good, you can just throw it on the camera, throw it in your bag and walk around with a lens. So it most likely will be just shots with that lens, but we'll see how it goes. And yeah, so I'll be over at spot number 1 in a little bit. I'm not going to tell you where that is because it's a secret. But all right, we'll get back to the video elements after I'm done doing some shooting and all that other fun stuff. Blah! So right off the bat, I'm just going to state that I had messed up and forgot I was playing around with all the custom image settings. So I started off shooting in black and white by accident, but it actually turned out good. Some of these images you're going to see are cropped, and then I show the uncropped image right after. Now let's just dive into the differences between the 55-300 PLM and the DFA 150-450. For one, the weight. The PLM 55-300 is a fantastic super telephoto walk around all day lens. I ended up not using the tripod on the DFA 150-450, and as such, after about an hour, it really started to weigh me down. Like my arm, there were times when my arm was just giving up. I don't have the correct strap for that lens yet. I've been researching it. I want to get one that goes to the eyelet of the camera body and secures to the tripod plate at the bottom of, or the tripod foot at the bottom of the lens. So I was using the neck strap, and I was just literally holding the camera like a, or holding the lens like a barbell or dumbbell, you know, the whole time. And I didn't use the tripod or the gimbal or anything because we were doing a lot of walking around, and it would have just slowed everything down. You know, we weren't staying in a stationary location, so it would not have been ideal to bring that equipment, unfortunately. Because I really did want to try it out, but I was with some other photographers, so, you know, out of respect for them, you know, they wanted to keep the show moving, so kept it moving. But in regards to detail retention, especially when you're cropping, the combination of the DFA 150-450 and the K-3 Mark III is absolutely amazing. It's incredible, to be honest. You can crop in from, you know, small objects, and all that detail is still retained. It's nuts, especially compared to my experience anyway with the 55-300 PLM. Once there's a smaller object or a distant object, it really just doesn't render enough of that very finite detail in order to, you know, retain that detail if you crop way in. And as you can see with these images, the crops still hold a ton of detail. The color rendition is fantastic. The micro contrast is fantastic. The only thing is the weight. You know, I slugged it out. It is doable as a walk around lens if you take some breaks here and there. You know, the other thing too is the autofocus difference. It's hard to say if the DFA 150-450 focuses as fast as the PLM. It's hard to say. However, tracking wise, the DFA 150-450 does an amazing job in regards to tracking. Another thing I noticed too is the screen on the K3 Mark III really did not show me that these images were good. I thought a lot of these were going to be throwaways. To give you an example, I shot 250 images that day, and out of the 250, I had 205 images I'm going to keep. The ones that I tossed out, it wasn't from lack of focus. It was more, just the composition, or I was looking for catch lights. Catch light wasn't there, or it was backlit. It was little critical things like that that got me to delete a lot of the images. But other than that, I mean, focus acquisition, targeting, locking, the whole thing was just absolutely fantastic. It's a really, really, really good combo. So if you are thinking of getting the 150-450, it really is worth it. Now, to answer a question that seems to come up out of curiosity from a lot of Pentaxians and other shooters, no, the K3 Mark III does not appear to have animal eye detect autofocus. I tried with subject recognition on using zone autofocus in AFC, and it just does not do it. The other parameters I used, I would flip back and forth between AFC and AFS, and I also used select autofocus in AFC, as well as just the center point select autofocus. So I was using expanded select as well as just single select, and zone as well. Yeah, so I mean, that's pretty much it. The combination of the 150-450 and the K3 Mark III is absolutely fantastic. Even though it does weigh a fair amount, oh man, the images that you can get and the way when you crop in, you don't lose any details, absolutely remarkable. But that's it for this video. If you like it, leave a like. If you haven't already, please do subscribe, helps me out. If you have any questions or comments, leave them down below. If you'd like to support the channel, I'll leave that information at the bottom of the description as well. And that's it, I'm gonna go. Y'all see me on my next video. Happy holidays to you all, and we'll see you in the new year.